In Crush Volume 2 core training, I will show you how to acquire this unique strength. Now, this type of training you can't find in your local or commercial gym. Behind me, I have all the unique tools that we will be using to obtain this type of strength. Now, some of these tools are as simple as a 10-pound plate, which you can find in a gym, to a military World War II duffel bag, which you can't find in the gym. Genuine core strength is vital for any combat athlete, such as a boxer or a martial artist. It will determine how uniquely strong you are and whether you can get in and out of holds, especially on groundwork. Okay, I want to share a simple analogy here. I'm not sure if any of you have experienced this. I know I have. There's a typical gym rat who's very strong in the gym on all the basic lifts, whether sitting or standing, and then is required to lift an awkward and or heavy object such as a big roll of carpet or a heavy piece of furniture. At that point, we need what's called core strength. Some of these individuals who don't train for it will not have it. Now, let's move on. I'm going to show you which exercises you need to do to acquire this type of body core strength, which will enable you to rattle your opponent's bones. Okay, the first exercise we're going to jump into is called a one-arm kettlebell swing with the kettlebell on the outside of the body. I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to pick up this kettlebell, which is 40 pounds. By no means a very heavy weight. Nonetheless, when it's on one side of the body, it will produce a tremendous amount of torque on the opposite side of the body. Okay? And this is what's called a bilateral deficit. When there's only one weight, a load of a fixed weight on one side of the body, it causes the opposite side of the body to have to work in extreme. Now, I'm going to execute this from the hips. I can use my opposite hand as a balancing weight. Slight dip, throw it up, slight dip, throw it up. Use the hips, smooth as can be. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. I'm going to pause for a second to put forward an important point. When the weight's coming up, try and keep your knees straight ahead. When the bell comes down, whatever weight you're using, your knees will want to twist. That's a definite knee injury. Stay away from that. Force the knees to stay in line with your feet. Okay, and this will, in the end, work your core. I'm going to turn to the side now and give you a side view. Incorporate this into your training and you will have a seriously solid midsection and core. Alternatively, from the kettlebell, you can use something as simple as a plate. It doesn't have to be a kettlebell. A kettlebell only adds an extra dimension. You can start with a light 10-pound plate, like so. When you get really good, you can switch each throw. You work both sides at the same time. That's core work. Okay, the next exercise we will move on to is called the windmill. Now this exercise is an old-time strongman exercise and it was used to build unique core strength. Unfortunately, it's been lost as of modern time. We're here to recapture it. Now I'm going to use a kettlebell for starters. A dumbbell can be used or a plate. Even a phone book to start. Anything that can give you a reasonable amount of resistance. Basically, clean the kettlebell up here, if it was a dumbbell, the same fashion. Press the weight overhead. Constantly keep your eyes fixed on the overhead weight. Slowly come down. Touch the ground. Keeping that wrist up and looking to the ceiling. Smoothly coming up, bracing your elbow into your thigh if you need for support, using the core. That's a windmill. I'm going to do one from the side. Clean the bell up. Press. Eyes are fixed on the overhead weight. Come down slowly. Low, low, low. Till all your fingers are on the ground. Keep your eyes on the overhead weight once again. Come up smoothly. Wedge your elbow into your thigh if you need be. Push with the core. Stay tight over the whole body. Bring the bell down. There's a windmill. A terrific core movement as of old. Can't be beat. As far as your reps and sets scheme, I would advise staying with low reps and low sets when you start off with this exercise. Just getting fluent with it is enough. You need shoulder flexibility and core flexibility, which most people might not have. So I would say 2 sets of 5 reps is a good starting point. Do it. Okay, let's move right along. The third exercise I'm going to show you for unique core strength is called the one-arm deadlift. Now there are variations of this. I'm going to use my friendly 40-pound kettlebell once again. There are 2 ways to do this which are both very effective. I would start with the bell or the dumbbell, kettlebell, or even a bar, fixed in such a fashion. Arm out to the side as a balancing. Weight, head up, look straight ahead. Weight comes down to the floor, and you ascend upwards. Once again, down smoothly and up. Now for real core work and a higher level of intensity to the opposite side, the weight would be on the outside of the body once again. Squat, down, and up. And up. And then, of course, you would switch sides. Start with 2 sets of 5 on this movement, and you will notice in no time you will have a solid core. Moving right along to the next super core exercise, I'm going to show you what's called a one-leg, one-hand deadlift. Now, even some of the real old-timer guys don't know about this one, simply because it's nuts, but it works awesome. You start with the weight off the ground with one arm, on one leg, lift, back down, lift, back down, lift. As you can see, sometimes I have to hop to literally keep my balance. There's a set of 5 one-arm, one-legged deadlifts. Now, I'm going to show you a view from the side. Bell being on the outside. Opposite arms used as a balance. Incredible core exercise. Not to mention the balance that you build. There you have it. Do this one and you will be uniquely strong. Moving along to the next exercise, it's called the Greek 2 hands weighted get up. Now before you start laughing, a lot of you hardcore guys out there know the Turkish get up is a fantastic exercise for core strength. Well, I moved it along about 2 steps. Stick to this exercise, a highly advanced one, and you will see in no time you will be elite on core strength. Okay, now moving right into the demonstration. I have 2 40-pound kettlebells. I'm going to assume a lying down flat position of the exercise. I'm going to put one bell up, press it straight up. Take your time, don't rush this one. If the weight falls, it could be catastrophic. Looking to the ceiling the whole time. Leaning to the opposite arm, using your core, coming up. Here's where it becomes a Greek get up. Grab the other bell, up, bring the opposite arm down, lunge, leaving the weight to the floor, taking your time, pure core strength at its best. Do this and you will be elite. Okay, now this is a funny angle that I'm talking to you in, but it's all good. I'm going to continue the two hands weighted Greek get-up. Now I'm starting from the bottom so you can get another view of me. Bring the bell up. Assume a press position overhead. Keep your eye on this arm all the time. Watch me very closely. This is a highly advanced exercise for the guys out there that are really strong. Build up tension. Come up slowly. Turn to the side. Use what you have to in a coordinated fashion. Now, when you get to this point, you want to grab the other weight. Come up in a smooth lunge. Bring the other weight up. Together. Opposite arm goes down. Lunge. Put the weight down. Lean towards the ground. Take your time. Be sensible with this exercise. If you get it right, you'll be in a class of your own. That's core strength. Alright. If you're still breathing after the last core exercise I showed you, then this one will be more or less a breeze for you. Although still advanced, we're using both the 40-pound kettlebells, which I used in the previous movement. This is called the two hands anyhow, and it was regularly practiced by old-time strongmen. Alright. Now, I'm going to bring up the first kettlebell, clean, assume a good stance, kick that hip out to stabilize the weight, press the weight overhead. It's very important to keep your eyes fixed on the overhead weight. Now, I'm going to stay tight, I'm going to slowly descend until I grab the second weight, which I can feel right now. I'm going to pull that weight in, I decide to use a curl, bring that up, bring them both down together, or alternatively, I can do the other side right away. Down, up, down, up. This is a fantastic core movement, incorporated in your training. Moving along to the next exercise. Now I'm going to show you how to perform squats with weight on only one side of the body, it being the shoulder this time around. Now I'm going to use my military duffel bag, which I purchased at a military surplus store. These things are great. These old World War II bags are really stout, and I've only got 100 pounds in this bag. Now, a lot of you may be saying, wow, that's the easy weight to squat. No doubt. Try squatting that weight only on one side of the shoulder and see what I mean by real, genuine core work. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate this. Now you have to also get the weight up there, which is extra work. Goes up pretty smoothly. Opposite arm is a balancing weight. Keep your head up. Take a deep breath. Down, up, exhale. Down, up, exhale. If you want to make it harder, put that arm behind your back. Now you have no counterweight. Exhale. Let's do two more. I'm going to turn to the side. Counterweight. No counterweight. If you want to make it really tough. Return the weight to the ground. Bear with me. This is an awesome exercise. Incorporate it into your core work, and you will see why it's number one on my list. Okay, listen up. I'm going to show you a bonus exercise that you can perform with, ideally, a duffel bag. It's simply a clean to each shoulder. Now you may be thinking, wow, this is too simple to be effective. Try it before you criticize. Stand over the duffel bag. I like to just give it one good heave and throw it to my shoulder, unless of course the weight is so heavy that I have to do a two-step to the knees first. Head up. Good mechanics is vital. And good grip is even more vital. grab the bag, one good pull to the shoulder, bring it back down, opposite shoulder. I'm going to do one more facing here. You could simply hold the bag for time or do alternate cleans. If you get stuck, you have no imagination. Okay, moving right along to the next exercise. Guys, girls, this is a highly advanced exercise. It's uniquely different in the sense that it requires core strength and grip. If you haven't watched my previous program on grip strength, you may have to go back. Alright, let's get right into it. This is a 40-pound blob. It's simple but brutal. Lift the weight up. Throw it. Catch it with the other arm. Throw it. Catch it. You can go for height. I also like to call it the hot potato toss, simply because I'm trying to get rid of it as if it's too hot to hold. Alright, not only will your core be fried, so will your grip. Awesome. Okay, a supreme core and functional strength exercise coming up next. It's called a one-arm overhead weighted walk. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a barbell, you can use a car. I'm using a kettlebell. Alright, here we go. Bring the weight up to the shoulders. Press it overhead, keeping the wrist tight, forward. Keep your eye on the bell. Very tight. Keep your eye on the bell. Stay tight. Here we go. Stay tight. Keep your eye on the bell. There you have it. Now, I'm not done yet. I'm going to make it even harder for you since you said that was too easy. We're going to do this one bottoms up. Yeah. Now we're talking. This is grip and core. Brutal. Keep your focus. I'm done. Wicked.